Victory Orthotics and Prosthetics has 4 locations, one in Knoxville, one in Bristol, one in Kingsport. I'm at the Johnson City location. They have new technology, socket technology, that the only place you can get it is right here. Let's go check it out. Hey, Zach Smith, how you doing?
Good, sir. How are you?
Victory Orthotics. You've come a long way, baby, haven't you, from all these up here? It's amazing. So tell me how you guys got started.
So initially, my father lost his leg when he was 47 years old. I was in college to be several things, an engineer, an educator, and then when I saw him gain his mobility back by prosthesis, it really sparked my interest, and I shifted my career path at that point.
So what kind of concept do you have in what you're doing here, and what do you hope to achieve here?
So I started in the field like 20 some years ago, and working for several companies, gone through my educational path. I saw a lack of professionalism in the companies that I worked with in terms of how the offices were set up and old technologies. So I was determined when we started Victory that we were going to be on the forefront of technologies to better serve our patients, and we've done, I think, a very good job with that.
And as in electronics and so many other things, has it progressed by leaps and bounds over the past 20 years?
Absolutely. Unfortunately, secondary to wars and necessity and people living through situations that they weren't able to in the past has necessitated and pushed forward the technologies that we're using today. So there's advancements in not only techniques, but in electronics in terms of microprocessor-driven knees, ankles, feet, and hands and arms. So the technology is just, it seems to change constantly.
Is there a mental barrier, like if somebody has that need that, I don't need that, I'll do without, or are they chomping at the bits to get in here and see what's available?
Yeah, they're typically chomping at the bits. In the information age that we're in right now, people have access to computers and they're seeing technologies that are not even available to the market but are still in research and development. So it's very often that we get patients coming in and they want to do better. They want to walk
They know what
easier,
to ask
more comfortably. Yeah.
Kind of like going to the doctor and you know what pills you want because you've seen it on the internet and on television.
That does frequently happen.
And you've got new technology that out of the whole country, this is the place you can get it.
Yes.
A new socket?
It's a new socket system. We're the only place in the country you can get this specific system. It's a Victory design. And essentially the advancements and the advantages that this socket system has is the availability in terms of how long it typically takes to get above the knee prosthesis versus this system. It typically takes 4 to 6 weeks to really properly fit somebody with a prosthesis, where this system can be delivered in a week, and then the outcomes are actually even better.
Well, let's go take a look at one.
Let's do that.
Okay, we're going to talk with the patient, Scott Boone. Thanks for being with us today and talking about your injury. So you have been an amputee for how long?
3 years.
Due to?
Farming accidents.
Okay. And you have the new technology that you were talking about, right?
Yes, sir.
So you want to explain it a little bit? Is that kind of?
This is current technology versus the new technology that he's got. So this is a hybrid above the knee socket that essentially encapsulates the pelvic anatomy to include the skeletal anatomy, like bony structures. The reason that we had to do this in this type of system is to give him stability as he's walking. The above the knee amputee has a lot of deficit. They've lost major joints of their foot and ankle and then their knee. So providing stability in a socket is somewhat of a difficult situation to do. But he's been very successful in this technology, but whenever the new socket came along, it offered several things above this.
How does it differ?
The major difference is that the socket is well below his pelvic structures.
Okay.
So you can see
so this
here,
one would have
this
come
one
up
would have
into
come
here.
up much higher,
Yeah.
and then would have encapsulated his buttocks and then his pelvic girdle.
Okay.
Where this comes well below the pelvic girdle, and it has the biggest design feature. It has a flexible brim at the top of it. So that allows him to move easier while still maintaining the integrity of the socket and the stability that he needs to
Yeah,
walk.
I would guess moving up against that would be like wearing a new pair of shoes where it rubs against you. And
Yeah, it certainly takes a while to get used to this, and people are very functional with this, but this has certainly a greater comfort level while not losing the stability that's afforded through this type of socket. That's the biggest difference, is you still have the socket design features of this, but in a much more comfortable design.
And as a farmer, you're back to 80% of what you did before, which is amazing in a short amount of time.
Yeah, I'm climbing on all of my equipment. I'm sitting there 8-10 hours a day if I need to. I try not to on purpose, but you know, when the time comes, you've got to sit there and put the hours in. It doesn't bother me to do that.
All right.
And
And we can go to this in about a week,
In about a week.
as opposed to many weeks over here.
Yeah, this takes 4 to 6 weeks to really get a good, comfortable, functional fit, where once we do the evaluation with this, he is leaving with the socket within a week and sometimes less.
All right, for folks who are seeing this, how do they get started coming to see you? Is a phone call what it takes?
Yep, just a phone call. We have offices in Kingsport, Johnson City, Bristol, and Knoxville. We have an 800 number that can be called, or you can just get on the website, call the office that you'd like to be seen in. If you want this specific design, I'm the only provider within the company providing this socket system, so I would be the treating practitioner.
All right, we'll give them a call, Victory Orthotics and Prosthetics. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.